Around 1166 BCE, under Ramses III, this land saw the first labor strike in human history. These were the men who carved eternity and truth, becoming servants of truth and masters of justice. Deir el-Medina, where justice first found its voice. Nestled in the arid hills of Kurna, on the west bank of Luxor, lies one of Egypt's most remarkable archaeological sites. Deir el-Medina. This hidden village offers a rare, intimate glimpse into the lives of ancient Egyptian workers, not slaves, but skilled artisans who shaped the afterlife itself. These were the men who carved the tombs of pharaohs, painted divine scenes on limestone walls, and built the gateways to eternity deep within the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens. Their hands gave form to the immortal, and their stories remain etched in stone. Deir el-Medina thrived during Egypt's New Kingdom from the 18th to the 20th dynasty. Though the name we use today, Deir el-Medina, or Monastery of the Town, came from a later Christian presence in the area, the original name was far more profound, Maat, the place of truth. Its inhabitants were proudly known as servants of the place of truth. Around 400 families lived here, forming a tightly organized community of over 5,000 individuals. The workforce was divided into two main teams, the right side and the left side, each responsible for different sides of the tombs they built. Every team was led by a chief workman, an official appointed directly by the vizier. Among these artisans, one name echoes through time: Sennedjem. His beautifully preserved tomb, discovered in 1886, stands as a testament to the artistry and devotion of these workers. But Deir el-Medina is not only known for its craftsmanship, it is remembered for something far more revolutionary. In the 29th year of Ramses III's reign, in the 6th month, Deir el-Medina witnessed the first recorded labor strike in human history. The cause? Delayed wages, corruption, and official mistreatment. The artisans had built the tombs of kings, and now they demanded fairness. They organized peaceful sit-ins and marches, even staging nighttime protests with torches held high. When offered partial payments as bribes, they refused. They took shelter inside the temple of Pharaoh Merneptah, calling on the king himself to intervene. Their leader, Bin Anoki, courageously presented their grievances directly to Ramses III. Their accusations were severe. Senior officials were allegedly stealing jewels from royal tombs and abusing married women among the workforce. The mayor of Thebes, fearing the workers' anger, reportedly fled the scene. These workers weren't paid in coins. Their wages came in the form of rations, sacks of wheat and barley, fish, vegetables, pottery, and firewood. A typical monthly wage included 5.5 sacks of wheat, along with essentials like water, fuel, and beer-making grain. Because the village was located nearly 2 kilometers from the Nile, water deliveries were essential. Work cycles followed a unique rhythm: 8 days on, 2 days off. During active work periods, artisans stayed in temporary camps near the tombs. Contact with their families was restricted to protect the secrecy of the royal tomb designs. Their homes were modest but carefully built. About 70 houses inside a walled enclosure, raised 1.5 meters above the ground with no stone foundations. The entire residential area measured 131 meters from north to south and 50 meters from east to west. Remarkably, these workers also carved their own tombs. Each structure followed a semi-standard layout, and reflected the personal beliefs and spiritual devotion of the individual. Walls bore inscriptions not of kings, but of daily life, work schedules, prayers, family scenes, and hopes for the afterlife. The villagers of Deir el-Medina even created their own legal system. Disputes were handled internally by a local court, though capital punishment required approval from the vizier. The village was once destroyed by a massive fire, but later rebuilt by Pharaoh Thutmose III. During Akhenaten's rule, several artisans from Deir el-Medina were summoned to help construct the new capital at Amarna, evidence of their high reputation and skill. Among the most unique discoveries in the village were records and journals unlike anything else found in ancient Egypt. These included payrolls, attendance logs, even complaint letters. Some documents listed days missed due to sickness or family funerals, showing a remarkably advanced administrative system. Daily rituals and protective spells were part of life here. Tombs were shielded with magic against looters. Tools, methods of construction, and types of stone were carefully recorded in the walls, and documents the artisans left behind. The community wasn't made up of craftsmen alone. It included scribes, priests, and even beekeepers. Tomb 326, belonging to the artisan Pashedu, is one of the most important discoveries from the Ramesside era. Art in Deir el-Medina was deeply personal and expressive, a contrast to the formal state-commissioned reliefs found in major temples. Here, love, family, labor, and rebellion were all painted into history. Archaeologists also uncovered magical formulas, wooden combs, children's dolls, writing boards, and other everyday items, pieces of a vanished but vividly human world. Skeletal remains show that many of the residents lived relatively long lives, considering the era. But even in death, their voices endure. Deir el-Medina is more than a village of tombs. It is a silent archive of social struggle, of skilled labor, of community, and of the first time in recorded history that workers dared to rise and demand justice.